I'm here with Justin Maxwell, Husqvarna's Senior Product Manager. I want to get a bit more insight into these models. So Justin, in a nutshell, what's your role at Husqvarna?
Yes, so as you mentioned, product manager for the Husky range entails quite a bit of different things. So basically when it comes to the product itself, we'll do the definition of the product before we go to market, so before development. So we'll put in some of the ideas of what we would like developed into our products. And then R&D will take it from there, and they'll start developing these ideas in what we wanted to change in terms of if we wanted more rideability or less weight or different type of power from our motorcycle. Then we'll mention that to them and then follow up with them during the development and test and see how things are going. That's up to model, and then of course after model launch and responsible for all the data and the images as well as the technical details that go out for the motorcycle.
All right, so in your mind, what are the three most significant changes or updates to these 2019 machines?
Yeah, so for 2019, our big concept was to improve the rideability of our motorcycles. We found on our previous generation we were already at the pinnacle of what we had in terms of performance. We had some of the best performing motors as well as a lighter chassis around. So we really looked at how we could improve that connection between the rider and the ground. And through that, probably our most important updates were looking at the frame itself. So we improved the rigidity there to make a lot more precise and a lot more stable cornering experience for our riders. Secondly, we also looked at our engines. So we did a lot of updates to the power pack itself to make it a lot more rideable in the bottom end, as well as bring the inertia of the rotating parts closer to the center of gravity. This you can find from our 125s up to our 450, these little benefits in order to get a much more rideable power. And then additionally, other than our frame, also our subframe is one of the biggest changes that we had. We took this from the 3-part unit that we had before and actually put it into our 2-piece unit. So we saved quite a bit of weight, but also played with the rigidity a bit, stiffen it up to have a complete balance across our complete frame.
Looking into the future now, looking into possibly the 2020 Enduro range, how much of these changes are going to transition onto those bikes?
So if you look at us in the past at Husqvarna, of course, we always bring out major changes to the motocross first, and a lot of this does filter down into the enduro bikes. So you'll see a similar type of ergonomic feel. A lot of the changes like the subframe you'll find inside there as well. But of course our enduro bikes are made specifically for enduro. So there's a lot of stuff that is different, which won't be exactly the same as what's on the motocross bikes. For instance, suspension's always completely different. Our engines are completely different. So although we filter a lot of the changes down, they're always tailored exactly for enduro and not taking exactly what we have from the motocross bike. So they'll be specific enduro changes which are for enduro type riding.